is the username.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. When after installation we found something like sql plus, which is nothing but a command line interface, where we are going to write our SQL statement. So Oracle is a what is Oracle? Oracle is a software. sql plus is a command line interface, or I can call it a tool, where we are going to write our SQL statement. That is called sql plus. Today we are going to understand what is SQL. SQL is a standard language, standard query language. That is nothing but a structured query language. See here, there is a server is there. Server maintains the database. So that server will call as a Oracle server. Oracle server maintains the database. So here we are calling as SQL plus. SQL plus is a command line interface. So this entire thing is a software. This entire thing is a software. What is the software we installed? Oracle 11. SQL plus is a command line interface. SQL plus is a command line interface. It is a tool. So I'm talking backend only. So this is the entire thing I'm talking about backend only. We're not talking front end. So even SQL plus is also comes under backend. Backend. 1 minute. Excuse me. SQL plus comes under backend only, but it is used for the front end, for the data seeing, and where we are going to write SQL queries. So now I can say SQL plus is a front end for the database. So I am going to connect to this Oracle server. How do you connect? There are two ways I told you to connect to Oracle server. One is by using the I can connect by using sysadmin. Through DBA accounts I can connect. Otherwise Scott is also by using the Scott is also I can connect. For DBA I use the password, Oracle is the password. For Scott I use the password called Tiger. So to this one we are going to connect to Oracle server. Okay, this point is clear. But today SQL plus we are using as a front end for the Oracle server. Tomorrow we are using as SAS. Tomorrow we are using as a Python. Tomorrow we are using as a big data. Tomorrow you can use a Tableau. So any variety of the softwares we can use to connect to Oracle server. So suppose I am taking as your SAS only. From the SAS, if you want to connect, you can connect. So by using some library name, you can connect. So there is some name will be there, and username and password by configuring that one, you can connect. Not only SAS, by using Python also. Python you might have heard. By using Python also, I can connect. By using Python also, I can connect. Okay, not only Python, Tableau, Java, or any other applications. Okay, any other softwares I can call. So I can connect to Oracle server. Okay, so this is called as a backend, and whatever we are talking about the front ends. Okay, front end means we can see the data in this layer. So there is a, this is I can say these are called as a clients. So these are called as a clients, and this is called as a server. Okay, this is called as a server. But how do you communicate a client and server? There must be some common language. There must be some common language. That common language to communicate by the different applications like SQL plus, SAS, Python, Tableau, Java, and all. So one common language is required. That common language is nothing but SQL. Understand? The common language is nothing but SQL. SQL is a common language for all our front end tools like SQL plus, SAS, Python, Tableau, Java, .NET, or any other thing. Okay, so to connect to this one, we need to use a language called SQL. Now understand what is SQL. SQL is not a software. 90% of people are thinking, so SQL is a software. No, SQL is a language. So Oracle 11 is a software, and the Oracle server maintains the database. Up to this point is clear? Up to this point is clear? Yes, sir. So I ask a question, you give me the answer. So what is SQL? What is SQL?
Structured query language.
Okay, so it is a common language for SAS, Python, Tableau, and Java. Okay, no, I can say it is a common language for all the applications. SQL is a language to communicate between client and server. So now clients are this one. SQL is a client, Python, Tableau, SAS, all are clients, and this is called as a server. So what is a common language? It is a standard to communicate between client and server. So clients could be what? Clients could be what? Clients could be what? Yeah, in the sense, I am talking about SQL clients. Don't think about our clients like HP. So those are company clients. I am talking about regarding the point of the SQL. SQL clients are what? Come on, tell me. SQL clients are what? SQL is also one client. And yeah, your SAS is also one client. Python is also one client. Java is also one client. .NET is also one client. Tableau is also. See, every software is required a backend database means we need to use a database. And what is the language to communicate? SQL is the language. Understand? Up to this point is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
So now we are learning what SQL. So we are learning through SQL by using SQL plus. Okay. So if you learn SQL, so same SQL can be used in SAS, same SQL can be used in Python, same SQL can be used for Tableau and Java and all. So we are learning not the software, we are learning the language. Please understand the concept. So what is SQL? SQL is a standard language to communicate between client and server. Yeah. So SQL language is further divided into sub languages. So this is SQL language. SQL language further divided into sub languages. Like we have a DDL, like we have a DML, we have a DRL, or DQL, we have a DSync. So SQL language further divided into sub languages. DDL, what are the commands are available for DDL means create, alter, rename, drop, truncate. So DDL commands insert, update, delete, and merge also. In your SAS, we are using a merge, right? Same concept here also. DRL or DQL, only one statement, that is called as a select statement. It's a very powerful statement. And DCL, grant, and rework. One more statement is there, one more language is there, that is called as a TCL. That is a TCL. TCL, there are two statements will be there in the TCL. So that is commit and roll back. So these are the SQL commands. If you learn every command, okay, then you'll become a master. And some advanced concepts also there, like joins. So what are joins, different types of joins we are going to understand, and we are going to understand subqueries as well. So you'll become master in the SQL. Okay, in this concept, what I am teaching right now, today, we are going to understand the DDL commands. We are going to understand first the DDL commands. Okay, in the DDL commands, how to understand the DDL commands? We are going to see.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it's not traditional from my side, sir. As we all are Telugu people, right? Why can't we just go in Telugu in our classes, sir?
Okay. Is everyone ready to take from Telugu? I don't know whether all people are from Telugu background. I don't know.
No, sir. I'm from Maharashtra, sir. My father is from So you can only English, sir. Or English.
Is it my English is not good?
No, sir. It's good, sir. No, not like that, sir. Actually, we are not using English. We are not using English, sir. Okay. No problem, sir. You can continue.
See, I can teach Telugu, but English I don't have that fluency. But I can talk. But English is my fluency, so we can talk with English. If you have any doubts, you can listen, so I can help you. Okay. Either Hindi or Telugu also I can teach, not a problem. But English is not most preferable, so we are going to throw. Okay. I'll give 10 minutes time. You can ask in Telugu also after completion of the class. Please mute. So I'll give the time for you after completion of the class. Those who want to have their language also, you can speak. But after completion of the class only. Okay, na? After completion of the class, we can speak power Hindi or Telugu or any language you want to speak, I can speak. Okay. Okay, you understand what I'm saying, right? After completion of the class, so those who are having a doubt in Telugu also you can ask me, those who are having doubt in Kannada also you can ask me, those who are doubt in Tamil also you can ask me, those who are doubt in SQL also you can ask me, those who are doubt in Hindi also you can ask me, those who are doubt in English also you can ask me, no problem. I know all the languages. I know Python language also, I know Java also, I know Kannada also, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam. So these many languages I know. Okay. Hindi, yeah, it's much better manage. Yeah. Okay, but after the class only, not in between the class. Okay, I'll go to English. I'll give 10 minutes time, and we can speak. Okay. Okay, super. So now I continue the class. So where we are? Come on, anyone? Lavanya, can you tell what I thought up to now?
SQL is a language, sir. In that sub-languages are there DDL, DML, DRL, or DQL, and DCL and TCL, sir.
Okay.
In that you have said that.
Yeah.
You are in difference. You tell the brief.
Yeah. So right now we are going for the DDL.
Yes. What is DDL full form, sir?
Yeah, I'll come there. Okay, if anyone want to take the screenshot, they can take the screenshot.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now what I do, I'm going for DDL. DDL means data definition language. How do you remember DDL means? You remember like this. Yeah, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge is nothing but a DDLJ. Do you remember? So this is a Shah Rukh Khan movie. Amrish Puri and Kajal were there in this character. So it is ran for 20 years. Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. That's how we can remember this DDL. Okay, DDL means what is this one? Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. But no J, only DDL we can understand. Okay, you can remember like that. I'll give some clues how to remember. But here we are not remembering Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. We are remembering like data definition language. Okay, Shah Rukh Khan you can remember. Then you can remember data definition language. Okay, in place of Dilwale you can put the data. Dilwale Dulhania in place of Dulhania you can put as definition, and this language is called as a DDL language. Okay, na? Okay. Now, what is the main purpose of this language? Means, see, whenever I want to, I have a data, some data I have, some user has some data. So the data I need to store. To store the data, I need some structure. Oh, without structure I cannot store. So this is called as a structure. I have a data. So data could be anything, sir. Data could be anything like textual form data will be there. I told you yesterday, and numbers form data will be there. Otherwise, date formats will be there. Audio, video, whatever the data. So data could be in different formats. So the data I want to store into somewhere in the database means I need to have a structure. First, in the database, I need to create a structure. Without structure, I cannot store my data, right? So this is a point. How to create a structure is a question. To create a structure in the SQL language, they give a name and language. You need to study this language, data definition language, to create this structure. Or if you alter the structure, if you want to rename the structure. So those activities we can do through data definition language. So what that language giving some commands. So that is called as a SQL commands or SQL statements. Okay. So people usually called as a SQL commands. So what are the DDL commands? DDL commands means we have a create his own command, alter his own command, create, alter, rename, drop, truncate is a command. So these are the commands for the DDL. So what is the main purpose of the DDL? It is used to create the structure, or if you want to remove the structure, if you want to maintain the structure, or if you want to rename the structure. So all the activities we can do through the DDL language. So what is the structure here means we are talking about the table. We are talking about the table. So structure is nothing but a table here. So not only table, we will have some other data objects will be there. So that we call it the structure here. So create, alter, rename, drop, content. So these are the DDL commands. So these are called as a DDL commands. In intro panel, they ask, okay, can you explain what are the DDL commands means? You need to say create, alter, rename, drop, content. But sir, you written very faster, create, alter, rename, drop, and we are all beginner students. How do you remember these commands, sir? Okay, how do you remember? How to remember these commands means I give one clue. Okay, how to remember means I'll give one clue. So you can remember like this. So you can remember. You people will go no DMAT. Do you remember? So you go to the DMAT now sometimes. You know what is the DMAT is, right? You don't know what is DMAT.
Yes, sir. We know, sir. Yes, sir.
So in the DMAT, you replace M to C. That's all. It is a D card. Okay, D means what? How do you remember? D means what? Drop. C means what? Create. A means what? Alter. R means what? Rename. T means what? Okay, like this you can remember. Is it easy? So what is the DDL? What is the DDL? Everyone?
Data definition language. Data definition language.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, what is the next point? It
Which is used to create structures in the database.
Yes. So for that one, create a structure, rename the structure, we can drop the structure, all the activities we can maintain the structure. So for that one, we have DDL commands. What are the DDL commands?
Create, alter, rename, delete, content.
How do you remember these one?
D card.
Yeah. But in intro panel, don't say D card. Lakshmi sir is told. Okay. So DDL commands means D card. Don't say. This is for your easiness. Okay. So D means how do you remember? No delete, amma. No delete. D means drop only. You're dropping. So generally when the people drop, okay. So there is a people playing on the cards now. They're playing the cards now. What they'll do if they're not fallen for perfectly, they'll drop, right? They drop the cards, right? Those who are playing the cards, the people will not say delete. They'll say drop. Do you remember? So that's how you can remember drop. Don't remember delete. D means delete. If you say delete means wrong case. DDL commands means drop is the first comes. How do you remember the cards I told you? So those who play the cards now, if the cards are not came according to their requirement, so what the players will do? They'll drop. They drop the cards there. Yeah. For dropping also some points is there. Yeah. So like this. You can remember like this. Is it okay? So what are the DDL commands without saying?
Drop, rename, alter, create, truncate.
Okay. Do you remember? I hope everyone can remember easily.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, first one we are seeing how to create a structure. How to create a structure. How to create a structure means table. So create a structure means table. Table is one of the object in the database. So object in the sense it contains the data, and so that's why it's called as an object. So don't worry what is the object in the database and all. So there are different types of objects in the table. So in case of SQL, a table is being called as an object. Okay, what table contains? What table contains? A table contains rows and columns. Very simple, rows and columns. It is a combination of rows and columns. So observe here. So it is a structure. So it contains these are rows, and these are the columns. Can anyone tell me how many rows and how many columns?
5 rows and 3 columns.
So this is the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, and this is the first column, second column, third column. So in your SAS, a table is called as a data set. In your SAS, a table is called as, this is in our SQL, we are calling as a table. In your SAS, you are calling as a data. In your SAS, you are called as a data set. Okay, in our SQL terminology, we call as a table. I hope you understand that. Very easy. So your rows are called as what?
Observation.
Very good. Here you people are called as observations. Observation is nothing but a rows. So here we call as a row. So this is called as a row, or we can also call it as a record. Both are same, row or a record. So that is called as observation. So what is the next one? I think you are calling as a variables, right?
These columns are called as vectors.
Here we are calling as a columns. Oh, you are learning very fast. Columns. So that's all. If you compare SAS, so same thing in our SQL. Okay. So table is called as a data set. Actually, we are not calling as a data set. In SAS, we are calling as a data set. Here we are calling as a row or a record. You people are calling as observations. We are calling as a columns. You people are calling as a variables. All are same terminologies. If you know this SAS, SQL also very easy. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what is a table? Table is a combination of what? Rows and columns. So that's all. But how to create a structure? How to create the structure means we need to understand the create command. We need to understand create command. What is a create command? Create command is just the create a table. We have created a table. A table should be created means rows and columns. For every row, for every column, this is one column. For every column, there must be two things will be there. There are two things will be there. One is a column name. We need to give the column name. Second one is a data type. So two things will be there for each and every column. One is column name. Second one is a data type. Without data type, I cannot store any data in that particular column. So every column contains two things. One is column name and data type. Then only I can store the data in this particular column. We can store the data in the particular column. Okay, so without data type, I cannot store the data in this particular column. So without data type, it is not possible. If it is data type, I can store the data here. And every column there must be a name. Every column must be a name. Okay, it's combination of rows and columns. A combination of rows and columns. Making as one table. Very interesting, right? So what is a table means? A table is a combination of rows and columns. And every column contains two things. One is, this is very, very important. Every column contains two things. One is column name plus data type. If you don't have a data type, it will not allow store the data. So come on, I'm going some little bit on top. Okay, first what we are understanding. So this is very, very important. So we are understanding what commands, what language. Come on. DDL, what command we are learning? Create command.
Create.
Very good, super. So we are learning what command, create command. So when you are learning create command, so create means you are creating a table, right? In the create table means we are talking about the table, right? Yeah. What is the table? Table is a combination of what? Rows and columns, right? Combination of rows and columns. Very good. And each column contains two things once again, right? So each column contains two things. One is what?
Column name and data type.
Very good. Column name and data. Column name and data type. Detail, data type. So now what we don't know, what we don't know. So we are learning DDL, we are learning creator, we are learning table, and but we don't know what is the data type now. Yes or no? We don't know what is the data type, right? Right now we don't know what is the data type. If you know data type, then only we can create a table. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So now we are starting about data type. Now we are understanding what is the data type. Then we are going to create rows and columns. For that one, we are going to give the name as a table. For that one, how to create means by using create command. In the high level, we are learning a DDL command. DDL language. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we are into the data type. Okay. So I can say it is categorized as a three data types only, mainly. So one is I can say string data type. Second one is the numbers or integers. Third one is the dates. So basically, it is categorized as three, mainly. Okay, high level, string, integers, and date. But string means here we are calling as in a string we are calling as a char and a var. There are two data types are there. In a string data types, we have two data types are there. One is a char and var. It talks about the string data types. And integers means we are talking about numbers. And floating also means decimal also we use a numbers only. So there is no float. There we are using a float also by using numbers. How to use that one I'm going to teach. Finally, for dates, we have a date is there, and timestamp is also there. Date is there and timestamp also there. Okay. So up to this point is very clear. So how many data types are there mainly? If you see in the high level means three are there. Okay, one is string, second one is integer, third one is a data. In a string we have two are there. One is a char and var, and integers, and floating also we use numbers. Floating values are decimal values, we are using numbers. For date we are using, and timestamp also we are using. So up here, any questions?
Decimals is separate part of integers, sir, or whether it comes under integers?
Integers only.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Up here, any questions?
No, sir.
Clear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are going for the first data type is called as a char data type. Okay. Char data types. See, char data type means as I told you, it is a one column. It is a one column of the table. Okay. Or it is a one variable. But to store the variable, as yours has one column name, and we should have a data type. Come on. So what is the data type I'm talking about? Char data type. The char data types. So this column, this entire column with we can allow up to this column. I can allow up to 2,000 characters. I can store maximum. We can store up to 2,000 characters. And 2,000 means 2K characters. Okay. Maximum I can store up to 2,000 characters. In char data type, maximum we can store up to 2,000 characters. What is the second point? It is recommended to store fixed length data. It is recommended for fixed length data. Why it is recommended for fixed length data? We are going to understand. First point is allows characters up to 2,000 characters, and it is recommended for fixed length data. How it is recommended for fixed length data? We are going to discuss. For example, I am going to talk about what is the first column name is in, and my data type is char, and you can mention the size. What happens is a column name and is a data type. We are giving the sizes for that column. So your column size will be 10 characters it can store. So 10 characters it can store. So 10 characters it can store. So what is the column name? Column name is enum. Column name is enum. And what is the characters it can store? Character is 10. Means this column has contains now. It can store the 10 characters like this. Okay. So this is the one first character. It can store second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So total how many characters it can store? 10 characters can store maximum. Okay. In case what the user is doing, or a developer inserting the data in this column. Okay, so user or developer is inserting data into this column. For example, he inserted data like Sachin. Okay, so now tell me how many characters are occupied in this 10 out of 10 and how many characters are left space, empty space.
6 are occupied.
Very good. 6 are occupied and 4 was space. 4 is left to 4 empty space. Okay, suppose I give next once again 10 will be there. Yeah, here also you occupied Lakshmi. How many occupied and how many space?
7 occupied and
7 occupied and 3 spaces. Okay, so do you observe here? If your data is less than the size mentioned, some spaces are wasting, right? Yeah. Yes or no? So that is the reason it is not recommended for varying length data. So the data is varying, but it is not recommended for varying length data. It is recommended for fixed length data. So what is the limitation of the char data type means it's going to take spaces in this one. So it is taking the spaces. So that is the reason it is wasting our memory, right? It is wasting our memory. So that is the reason we cannot use the varying length data. We are using fixed length data. Can anyone give me where I can use the fixed length data means? So suppose I can take as a gender. Gender is a m and f only I can store. So it is fixed length, no? Length is same, no? Length is 1. Okay, in that case we can use for the char data type. Suppose I take about state code. State code means 3 characters only. Like 2 characters. AP. TS means Telangana state. K means Karnataka state. KL means Kerala state. So 2 letters only I can store. So there is no wastage of memory. Yeah. And so one more country code. Country code means 3 letters you can take. Suppose USA, India, IND, Australia, US, Pakistan, PAK, something. Yeah. So 3 letters you can take, no? So that time you can use a country code, gender, state code. That time only it is recommended for char data type. So without wasting our memory. Is it understandable this point? This point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Maximum how many characters we can store?
2000.
Very good, very good. Suppose I'm not storing. Assume I'm taking gender. I'm not giving the size. Maximum how many character can take? Suppose no. If I give 2 means how many character can take?
Only
2 characters. If I give 10, how many characters can take?
10 characters.
10. Suppose I'm not giving the size. If I'm not giving the size, how many characters it can take?
2000.
No. By default, it can take only 1 character. This is one of the input panel. If you're not giving the size for the character, how many character maximum it can take means by default it can take 1 character. By default it can take only
Sir.
1.
Can you repeat this? I didn't understand this.
Okay,
Before
so-
character.
Yeah. Suppose I give you 3 characters. In a gender, how many character I can store maximum?
1.
Hmm?
1.
Maximum. I'm talking about maximum.
2.
Maximum. 3. Okay. Instead of gender, I take another column if you remember. Okay. Maximum how many characters I can store in the scene?
3, sir.
3. Very good. If I give you 4, how many characters you can store maximum?
4. 4.
Okay. If I give you 2, how many characters?
2.
Okay. If I give you 1,
1.
1. If you not give anything else, you can store 1. We can store maximum 1 character. Is it understandable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means by default, if you not mention size, we can store 1 character. Is it okay?
Okay.
By default, it can store 1 character if you not mention the size. If you not mention the size, I'm not giving the size here. We can store maximum 1 character. At a time, in any one value, we can store only 1 value at a time. We can store 1 character maximum at a time. Is it okay? Any other having questions you can ask me? Yeah? Everyone is okay? Tell me in the chat box. Yes, if you know, yes.
Yes, sir.
You can ask me if you not understand also. Yes, very good. Yes, super. Santosh, excellent. Prasanna. Rachana, very good, excellent. Sushila. Jyoti. Rohan, super. Okay. Harani, Manikanda. Extraordinary. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir. Super. Lavanya. Jyotika, Ramakrishna. Super. Okay. So, excellent. Super. So, here we are. Okay, so we understood what is the limitation. It is recommended for only fixed length data. Next, we are going for varchar 2 and the size. So, we can store maximum 4 characters. If I have one column means, I can store up to 4,000 characters length. Maximum I can store 4,000 characters. Maximum, we can store 4K. Generally, we cannot store 4K as a maximum. We can reduce. Okay, for example, ename varchar 2 of 10. Then what happens? Our column is become store maximum 10 characters at a time. 10 characters. Okay, so example, same thing I'm going to take because I've done varchar also 10. So what is a varchar means? It is a variable in the character. And what is a 2? What is a 2 here? 2 means it is the next version of the char. So that's why they given as a 2. Like, you know, right, Arya. Arya is a 1 more is there. Arya 2 is K, no? Arya 2 is K. So like this, it is the next version of the char is a varchar 2. But here varchar 2 is K with another letter called as a V. V means variable length character. So what is a variable length character? I'm discussing right now. Suppose I am giving here 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So what is the maximum size I given 10 characters? So suppose same example I take here. S, A, C, H, I, N. Okay, how many are occupied? How many spaces? Everyone?
So, it's occupied in 4.
Occupied. And how many spaces were there? 4 spaces were there. No? These 4 spaces are deleted. These 4 spaces are removed from the memory. So it will occupy up to this level only. This occupies up to this level only. This 4 is going to be released from the memory. So it is not allocating for the Sachin. This data, this memory locations are released from the memory. It has given the value for up to here. Yeah. So then this memory location is released. Okay. Same example I am going to take once again. L, A, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, here I am taking as a Lakshmi. L, A, K, S, H, M, I. How many occupied?
7.
7 occupied. And how many spaces?
3
spaces. But these 3 spaces are removed from the memory. These 3 spaces are removed from the memory. So it is good now. So whatever the data we are giving, that only it is occupied in paying. Remaining memory is released from the memory. The reason we are going for varchar 2. Varchar 2 is a varying length memory. So these spaces are deleted from the memory. So it is used for another purpose, another data. So this is what.
So what is the difference between var and varchar 2?
So earlier what it is fixed now, the fixed. It is memory, whether you are using or not.
Okay.
Memory wastage was there, but here it is removed.
Okay.
There is no memory wastage. That's what, yeah. That is called as a varchar 2. Come on, tell me, what is a varchar 2? First point is it allows up to how many characters?
4,000 characters.
Yeah, 4,000 characters. Otherwise, we can say 4K. Yeah. What is the second point? It is recommended for varying length data. It is recommended varying length data. Example. Our names are not fixed now. So that time we can use student names. Okay, those times I can use varchar 2 because that is not fixed. Names are not fixed now. Ram is 3 letters, Lakshmi is 7 letters, Sachin is 6 letters. It is varying from names, right? So length is varying. So that time we can recommend it for the varchar 2. And country names, city names, wherever the data is varying, product name. So there and now we can use as a varchar 2. Earlier they are using as a character for the fixed length data. Now we can go for the varchar 2. Okay. Now come on. I ask one question. I take ename. Varchar 2 of. I'm going for 3. So how many maximum characters I can store in the ename? Here one.
3, sir. 3.
Very good. So if you use 2, what happens?
2 only.
2 only. If you use 1, what happens?
1.
One only. If you're not using the size, what happens?
Only one. One only. Like, no space, not using anything.
Hmm.
So,
It goes what? Without if you're not giving any size, it goes error. Compulsory we need to give the size. Clear? Yes. Okay. What is the next one? Number. Next one is a number. See, number, as I told you, we can use as a integers and we can also store floating values. First, I'm storing how to store the integer values, and I'm giving as a number of p. If you want to store the decimal values, then we need to go for p comma s. So, what is the p means? We call as a precision, or we can also call as a, in our Oracle terminology, we are calling as a precision. Here we are calling as a precision, and s means scale. Don't worry, p means precision is nothing but a size only. 1 minute. No. Class on that. So precision and scale. Okay, don't worry about these terminologies. Nothing. Size only. Our Oracle people is different persons. No, they will give you different names. That's all. No need to worry. Yeah. Okay. Suppose I'm going to ask you. Okay, number of 4. Here it is a number means it can store only digits. Number means it can store digits only. But how many digits it allows maximum? It allows numeric data. Numeric data only. Please understand. It's numeric data up to 38 digits we can store. That's all maximum. Up to 38 digits. So numbers is different. Char is different. Char means I told you it comes under string. Okay. Integers or numbers means digits. Come on. Maximum how many digits it can store? Maximum how many digits it can store? 38 digits. Yeah. Suppose if I say 4, how many digits it can store maximum?
4 digits.
4 digits means 3, 4, 5, 6 can I store?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good, excellent. Suppose I ask a question, you give me the answer. Number of 3. Can I store 3, 5, 3, 6, 7?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. I am asking number of 2. Can I store here 98?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, excellent. Yeah. Suppose if I give number of 1, okay, can I give store 3?
Yes, yes, sir.
Suppose if I give number of, I'm not giving anything, how many data I can store?
Error, sir. Error 0.
Error 0, 1. By default, we can store up to 38 digits. If you're not giving the size in a number, by default we can store up to 38 digits. Somewhat tricky, right? So here, here if you're not giving, it can store 1. Okay. If you're not giving here, we are going to throw error. But in case of number, if you're not giving the size, by default we can store up to 38 digits. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Is it any confusion or is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me in the chat box if you have any questions? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I ask a question, you give me the answer. Suppose I want to store 3, 4, 5, 6, 0.67. So assume scale is also there. Scale for decimal values. Okay, how do you give this a range? How do you give this a number of P and S? Can you tell me?
7.
Number of
7. 4, 2.
4, 2. Okay. Everyone goes this answer?
6, 2.
6, 2. Number of 6, 2. Who says 6, 2? What is your name?
Sir, Kartika.
Kartika. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some people are getting confusion. Sir, 4, 2 or 6, 2. Which one I need to take? Yeah. So this is what tricky in our SQL. So these points, if you know, remaining things are very easy. In case of numbers, what is the total size? What is the total size?
6, 7, 6.
No, don't consider that. Don't consider that. Total size.
6, 6,
6. Among the 6, how many scale is there?
2.
Oh, you can remember this is the correct answer. Do you understand? I ask a question, you give me the answer. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. 6 number?
6, 3. 6, 3. 6, 3.
Wow, excellent. I ask one more question.
4. 6, 4.
Wow, excellent. And you are clearly understanding. Okay, suppose I give like this.
5, 1. 5, 1. 5, 1.
Total size is how much? 5.
5, 1.
Yes. So this is how we can remember for the decimal also. Okay. So this is how we can go for the decimal. So understand, precision means size only. In inter panel, don't say size. You can specifically say precision. And scale means decimal values. Okay. Clear. What is the next one? I'm talking about dates. So date means, yeah, you can tell me what is the date. In your SAS also you're using a date, no? So what is the date? Suppose one movie is released. We need to record the date, no? Which movie is released? Triple R movie released. Everyone is fond of Triple R movie, no? Movie name is what? Triple R. Okay, when it is released, I want to record it. When it is released, I want to record it. So movie name and movie released. Movie name is Triple R. Okay, when it is released, come on, tell. When it is released, if you don't know, we'll ask the Google. When Triple R movie is released.
I'm not audible.
Huh? 26 or 28 months. Yeah, see, our people are very fond. 24 March, sir. Yeah, I know. So let us see from the Google only. So when it is released, so there is a release date. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you people are super. Okay, 25th March 2022. Come on, this is what date we find from the where in the Wikipedia this is the date they given. But Oracle cannot store this kind of data. Oracle will store data in the format of DD MONYY format only. So Oracle will take the date format. So DD MONYY, not like Wikipedia. In Wikipedia we have stored the date like this. Yeah. In Wikipedia this is the date release data. Yeah. But in our Oracle I cannot store like this. Oracle has to follow the format like DD MONYY. So please mute. Yeah, Oracle will store the data not enough. Please mute, sir. Jyotika, mute. Yeah. So Oracle will not store the data like this format, but how to store this one I'll tell you later. But right now, data will be stored like this format. Okay. How do you store? Same thing. Instead of giving this one, can you tell me how to store the date in this format?
25, 25, 22.
March means what?
India,
March
22.
like this. You understand? So this is called as a date format. This is called as a date format. Okay. I want to record one more Bahubali movie. Can anyone tell me? Bahubali. When it is released, the Bahubali?
Nobody 1 or 2, sir.
Yeah. Bahubali 2. Okay. When it is released? 2000. Yeah. 23 April 2017. Can anyone now to record Bahubali 2? Come on. When it is released?
28 April.
28th APR and 17. Understand? This is how we can record in the Oracle. So these are dates we can store. So in the dates we need to understand the date ranges actually. So date range will always falls between 1st January 4712 BC 4712 BC. BC means before Christ to 31st December 999 AD. AD means Anno Domini. AD means Anno Domini. BC means before Christ. Okay, so date range always it should fall in this range only, then only it will take, otherwise it will not take. So this is the date range we call. So in inter panel maybe asking what is the date range you are using, means you need to say 1st January 4712 BC to 31st December 999. This one. BC means before Christ, AD means Anno Domini. Okay, so this is how we can store the data.
Sir, can you know specific 1922 or 2022, how do we know, sir? 2022.
Yeah, very good question. See, there is a RR format will be there, YY format will be there. So Oracle engine, now what they taken as some formats they mentioned. So if you are going for RR format, so it's going to treat based on the year configuration, it's going to take the previous century or current century to calculate. If you're going for YY also, current century what is this one, previous century what is this one, based on that it is decided. So if you want to go deeper in this concept, you get a confusion. Don't worry, in inter panel also they won't ask you in this one. So just you can say it is in the YY format. Okay, what is the format is we are using this for recognizing 19s or 20s, we are using YY format. Okay, and RR format earlier they are using as RR format, and nowadays they are using a YY format. By using this format only, they'll decide whether it is going falling under 19 or 20 century like that. They are going to understand. So don't worry about this concept. Okay, if you are tell also you will not understand this concept. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in inter panel you can say you are into the YY format, but I'll change. I'll give the conversion also. Don't worry. I want to get like this. How to get this one? 28th March April 2017 I want. How do you get this one? I'll show you after whenever I'm talking about conversion functional concept is there. There I'll show you how to convert this one into this one. So you'll not get any confusion to convert this one. But internal mechanism for 19th century or 20th century, so that is different concept. Even if I explain for you also, you'll not understand right now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, super. Next one I'm going for. Okay, I want to store like this movie name released for fans show. Okay, come on, tell me. In Andhra, we are all fond of movies only, right? Suppose Tiblar movie released, or if Tiblar movie is released, okay, they put on fan show. Do you remember? Do you know? They put some fan show. Yeah, can anyone tell me? 25th March. Actually, show will be on 10 o'clock, but they put morning 8 o'clock only. 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Yeah. What you observed from these two? There is no time. Yeah. There is no time here, but there is a time here. But if you record like this, it's going to throw error in case of Oracle. Because I told you, what is the date format? What is the date format means DD, MON, YY. So this is a format only. Date format always is DD dash MON, YY only. Correct. But in case of time, date plus time is not allowed directly. Date plus time is not allowed directly. In case if you are giving like this date with the time, it's going to throw error. Date plus time is not allowed. So it's going to throw error. But I want to record date with the time, date along with the time. Then we need to use a timestamp. Timestamp allows to store date with the time. Allows to store date and time directly. Sir, you can ask the question, sir, if I want to, if there is no timestamp is not there, can I store date and time? Yeah, you can store date and time, but indirectly means we need to use some conversions. With conversions only we can use. But here, I'm not using conversion. Directly, I can use a timestamp to store date and time directly. So this is what very important. So these are the three things what we have understood. Okay, so one is a string, one is an integer, and the date we understood date and timestamp. Okay, so anyone take them? Anyone just repeat what I explained? Then take the control and talk what I explained. So I get a clarity whether you understood or not.
So first, you know the level importance of SQL, sir.
Okay.
Sublanguages of SQL. So DDL, DML, DRL or DQL, DCL and TCL.
Very good, excellent. Yeah.
Commands of DDL. Dcut. Drop, create, drop, create, alter, rename and truncate.
Excellent. Yeah.
Create command, sir. We are dealing about the create command.
Very good.
So it is used to create any structure like tables. So any table will have rows and columns. So we are discussing about columns.
Very good.
So in columns we have two, the column name and the data type.
Excellent. Yeah.
Three major types of data types. There are strings, in which there are characters and varchars, and integers which have numbers, floating values or decimals.
Very good.
So and date, we have date and timestamp.
Excellent. Yeah.
The first one is char data type. So in char data type, we can it generally allows a maximum of 2000 characters, but it is a fixed length type of data type. Means if we are only writing a smaller number than the fixed length, the space will be wasted. The memory will be wasted. So it is not recommended for varied length because of memory wastage. So the second one is varchar, where varying it is helpful in storing varying length data.
Okay, one more. Sorry, one more. If you're not giving the size in the char,
So if we are not giving size in the char, the default is one character.
Excellent. Super.
So the next one is varchar. We can use varied length data. Here, if we are not mentioning the length of the data, it will throw error. It will not show any result. It will be error. So the next one is numbers. The numbers, there are two types: number P, number PS, where P is precision. Precision is nothing but the size of numbers we are giving. PS is precision and scale. So precision is total number. Scale is the decimal values which we are using. For example, 123.25. So the precision is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and the scale is 2. Or 3, here, so 3, 4, 5, 6.67, like that. We have given so many examples. So the maximum number of numeric digits is 38. So it cannot go beyond 38. If we are not mentioning the size, it will, by default, it will take up to 38. The next one is date. So in Oracle, it's stored in the form of DD, MON, YY format. So the date range is 1st January 4712 BC to 31st December 9999 AD. So if we want to record time, in general, date plus time is not allowed and it shows as error. So we have to go for using timestamp. So timestamp allows to store date and time directly.
Yeah. Your name, please.
So Harani.
Arani, you are fit for faculty job. Excellent teaching.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So 1 hour completed. Today 2 hours or 1 hour?
1 hour 10 minutes it taken, sir.
Okay. Today should I complete 2 hours or 1 hour? That is what my question.
1 hour, sir.
1 hour only. Okay. Yeah. So I'm stopping here. So tomorrow, next class, we are going to see how to create a table, like a create, alter, everything we go practical. So how to create, how to alter, how to read. Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, yesterday, sir, I have a doubt regarding yesterday's class. Can I ask?
1 minute. 1 minute. Is it okay? So today I'm completing the class. If anyone want to be here, you can be there and you can leave for the day. Happy weekend. Happy Easter. If you have any notes, they can stay, and remaining people can okay, please for the day. Happy weekend, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So can I ask?
So next class will be on Saturday or tomorrow.
Saturday only. So these are weekend classes. Yeah. Maybe timings will be changed. I mean morning. Yeah, I think you have some classes happening. I think online.
No, sir. Sir, can you arrange in 9:30, sir? Because the R language classes are completed, sir. So
Yeah.
this timing is free, sir.
Yeah. Then we'll take. I'll talk with them. Yeah. So morning only we'll take. Yeah. Yeah. They are interested for morning.
Yes, you said 38 characters they allowed as a precision code or as a scale. Okay, you are saying that 38 digits it will take. Whether it is precision is size, scale, it doesn't matter, right, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, yesterday you asked us to install and check, no, sir? Sir, once we close it again, if we want to open, we have to use connect Scott or Tiger, or we have to.
Always we need to use a connect and take.
We need not copy from the Scott document, no, sir?
No copy. No copy. Directly we need to use a connect the start and take.
Okay, once we run SQL command line, we can directly write connect Scott or Tiger and we can use, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? Regarding Telugu Varga.
I will print everything.
Telugu Varga. Kontamandi Telugu Varga.
Sir, how much will it take, sir?
Yeah.
Hello, sir. So actually, yesterday you asked to install it, right, sir? So I installed it, and then and the configuration also I got it. Till Scott SQL I got, and after that I have to copy and paste it in the SQL interface, right? That I got not connected. I don't know where I got wrong.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Sir.
Yeah. Take a minute. అదే స్క్రీన్ దగ్గర
ఓకే
మీరు కనెక్ట్ చేయలేదండి అదే వచ్చింది అక్కడ ఓకే మీరు వచ్చింది కానీ చెప్తాను ఓకే ఇక్కడ వచ్చి కనెక్ట్
ఓకే కనెక్ట్ అని టైప్ చేయాలి సార్
కనెక్ట్ చేయండి స్పేస్ సిస్ ఎస్వైఎస్ ఫార్వర్డ్ స్లాష్ ఫార్వర్డ్ స్లాష్ బ్యాక్ స్లాష్ కదా ఫార్వర్డ్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ముందుకి ఏం పాస్వర్డ్ ఇచ్చారు
ఒరాకిల్ సార్
ఒరాకిల్ ఇవ్వండి స్పేస్ ఏఎస్ యాజ్ స్పేస్ సిస్ డిబిఏ ఎస్వైఎస్ డిబిఏ ఎంటర్ చేయండి సెమికలన్ ఏంటి సెమికలన్ ఎంటర్ ఓకే ఇప్పుడు కాపీ చేయండి సీట్లోకి వెళ్ళండి సీట్ ఫోల్డర్ అక్కడ ఉంది కదా కింద ఫోల్డర్
ఫోల్డర్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ
ఇప్పుడు కాపీ చేయండి
ఎస్క్యూఎల్ కదా సార్
కాదు మీ అదే డాట్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డాట్ స్మార్ట్ డాట్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ ఆల్రెడీ ఓపెన్ చేశారు మీరు
సార్ చేశాను ఆల్రెడీ
అది కాపీ చేయండి అంతే
ఓకే
అదే నాలుగు ఓకే కాపీ చేయండి అంతే కాపీ చేయాలి చేశారా
సార్ కాపీ చేశాను
కిందకి రండి పేస్ట్ చేయండి ఇప్పుడు కనెక్ట్ అయింది కదా కనెక్ట్ కొట్టండి CONNECT స్పేస్ క్యాపిటల్ స్పాట్ ఫార్వర్డ్ స్లాష్ టైగర్ సెమికలన్ ఎంటర్ అయింది
ఓకే సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ
నెక్స్ట్ టైం మీరు కనెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ టైగర్ కొట్టాలి
ఓకే సార్ ఎవ్రీ టైం నేను స్పాట్ టైగర్ కొట్టు కనెక్ట్ స్పాట్ టైగర్
అంతే నేను మళ్ళీ ఇది చేయనట్టు
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ
సార్ ఇంకా సార్ యా హూ ఇస్ దిస్ సార్ యా చెప్పండి సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా చెప్పారు సార్ దాంట్లో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ వాల్యూ ఇచ్చాం స్పెసిఫిక్ వాల్యూ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు దానికంటే ఎక్సీడ్ అయితే ఇప్పుడు ఏమి ఇచ్చారు ఓకే సార్ ఓకే సార్
Sir, in var, and char, can we use both small case and upper case, lower case and upper case?
SQL is not a keyword sensitive. SQL is a data sensitive.
Okay.
Any questions?
Sir,
Yeah.
క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా టైప్ కి వేరియబుల్ డేటా టైప్ కి డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ ఏంటి సార్? అంటే టేబుల్స్ కి మనము రోస్ అండ్ కాలమ్స్ లో కాలమ్ నేమ్స్ కి అట్లా డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ లో చూపిస్తామా? అంటే ఈ టూ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్ని ఇలా యూస్ చేయాలని చెప్పారు కదా. అంటే ఇది దేనికి అంటే మొత్తం డేటా అంటే ఒక రూల్ ఒక ఎక్సెల్ షీట్ లో డేటా ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇలా మనం టైప్ చేసింది కానీ అంటే వాటికి ఇలా యూస్ చేస్తామా లేకుంటే పర్టికులర్ గా ఏమన్నా ఉందా?
మీ డేటా సెట్ ఎలా ప్రవేశిస్తున్నారు? సేమ్ మీ సాస్ లో డేటా సెట్ ఉపయోగిస్తున్నారు కదా, అలానే ఇది
అంటే క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా టైప్ అంటే కాలమ్స్ కి అట్లా యూస్ చేస్తామా లేకుంటే రోస్ అట్లా డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ ఉందా?
కాలం కే
అంటే క్యారెక్టర్ వేరియబుల్ రోస్ అండ్ కాలమ్స్ యూస్ చేస్తామా?
వ్యాటర్ కాలం కే.
అంటే కాలమ్ నేమ్స్ కి అట్లనా సార్?
అవునవును, కాలం నేమ్స్ కరెక్ట్. అదే కాలం నేమ్స్. చూడండి డేటా టైప్ అనేది కాలం నేమ్స్ తోనే ఉంటుంది కదా.
క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా టైప్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏదైతే డేటా ఇచ్చామో దానికా సార్?
అవును, ఈ నేమ్ అనే కాలము ఇప్పుడు ఇంకా క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా తీసుకుంటుంది. ఈ నెంబర్ డేట్ నెల చేయదు, డేట్స్ నెల చేయదు, ఓన్లీ క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా తీసుకుంటుంది. ఈ నేమ్
ఓకే సార్, అది ఈ నేమ్ అర్థమయ్యే కానీ అంటే డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ అర్థం కాలేదు. అంటే కాలమ్స్ కి
ఇది క్యారెక్టర్ క్యారెక్టర్ రెండు అర్థం కదా.
అంటే డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ అర్థం కాలేదు. మరి ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పారు కదా కాలమ్ నేమ్స్ యూస్ చేస్తామని. అది
ఏం లేదు, రెండు ఒకటే. అయితే అయితే ఇక్కడ స్పేస్ వేస్ట్ అవుతుందండి. దీంట్లో స్పేస్ వేస్ట్ అవ్వకుండా చూసుకుంటుంది. రెండోది దీంట్లో 2000 క్యారెక్టర్ తీసుకుంటే దీంట్లో 4000 క్యారెక్టర్ తీసుకుంటుంది.
ఓకే, అదొకటే నా సార్ డిఫరెన్షియేషన్
ఏం లేదు,
అంటే ఒకవేళ మనకి ఇది కావాలంటే అది యూస్
తీసుకోవచ్చు. వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది అనుకున్నప్పుడు మటుకు ఇది అక్కడికి వెళ్తాం అంతే కదా.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్స్.
ఓకే సార్, నాకు కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్ కరెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఒకటి స్క్రీన్ సైజ్. ఓకే తెలియనా రోహన్ షేక్ మనకంత
Sir.
సార్ నేను తెలియజేస్తాను.
ఎక్కడి నుంచి మీరందరూ?
నేను ఏపీ సార్ ఆంధ్ర
అక్కడ
కృష్ణా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్.
ఓకే, ఎక్కడ కృష్ణ?
మీకు దగ్గర సార్ దగ్గర
ఏది చూపురా?
నో
During the yesterday class,
Sir?
recording class yesterday.
నిన్న నేను జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు. నిన్న వర్క్ ఉంది, నేను కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళాను ఆఫీస్కి.
Anyone who recorded class yesterday? Then I join all the class attend.
నేను అసలు 9:30 కంటే అదేదో బ్యాచ్ ఉన్నట్టుగా మీకు అందరికి.
Sir, అయిపోయింది సార్, ఆ క్లాస్ ఉండేది అయిపోయింది.
అది అయిపోతేనే మీకు పెడతాం అన్నాను నేను. కానీ మార్నింగ్ ఎప్పుడు ఉన్నది వీకెండ్స్ లో. సారీ అండి. సెమికల్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు సీ వెహికల్ కాపీ కంట్రోల్ 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 తప్పదు. లైన్ కదా కరెక్ట్. కానీ ఇద్దరు కరెక్ట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ చేశారు. ఓకే, స్పెల్లింగ్ చూసుకో సార్. కరెక్ట్ సిఓ అని ఈసీనా క్యాపిటల్ క్యాపిటల్ స్టార్ట్ క్యాపిటల్ టైగర్. ఓకే got it. Thank you sir. Okay, any questions? Sir, I have one request sir. Yeah. Sir, when any students got it. Thank you sir. Okay, any questions? Sir, I have one request sir. Yeah. Got it. Thank you sir. Okay, any questions? Sir, I have one request sir. Yeah. Sir, when any students ask about in any language sir, can you answer in English sir, because the others they does not Tamil or any language sir, they can understand